Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm just going to be showing you this look right here. This is a very easy smoky eye to do for every day, and it's really easy to do for fall, so it is a nice fall look to do. So stay tuned and see how I achieve this look. So starting off, we're going to be taking our NYX eyeshadow base and putting that on a concealer brush, and just putting that all over our lids to cancel out any discoloration, veins, or any imperfections that you want on your eyes. So I'm just going to cover my lid with that, then blend it with my beauty blender just to get out any excess product. Next up, we're going to be taking our Tarte Black eyeliner and taking that on a flat shader brush and putting that all over the lids. For this part, I don't like to go any past my crease, just so that I don't get any black transfer on my lid at all. I like to keep the black mostly on my lid. Once you have that black on, you want to take any clean blending brush and just soften out those lines. So you really want to blend in that. This part is probably the longest part of this whole look, just because you do want to blend out that black very nicely, so it kind of has an effortlessly smooth look to it. So I just like to use a lot of windshield wiper motions. Next, we're going to be taking Bedrock by Makeup Geek. This is a nice gray eyeshadow. Taking that on a blending brush and using that as our main transition shade. So putting that basically from where the black eyeliner ended to the start. And just rubbing that all throughout the crease to give it an effortlessly smooth look. Once we're done with that, we're going to be taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, taking that red shade in there and putting that on a more precise blending brush, and starting up in the upper crease area a little higher than where we put that gray shade, and slowly just buffering that into the outer crease and making our way into the crease, and then leaving whatever excess product is on there, bringing that down into the outer V. And just blending that out and building up that shade, that shade to whatever intensity you want it to be at. This is what really makes it super folly with that red shade, and that's one of my favorite shades as well. Next, we're taking the Makeup Geek Pigment in Utopia and applying that on a flat shader brush and putting that all over our lid, basically anywhere where you applied the black. This pigment with the black eyeliner makes it look really intense and really pretty. So this is why I did choose to do this, just to give it a more kind of sheery look. This is a really super pretty pigment because it has that gold flecks in it. Then we're going to be taking that medium brown tone shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette and blending that pigment together with any shadows, just so that we don't have any harsh lines or edges. And then I like to focus that more on the outer V and then make my way into the crease as well. And just blending that out just so that everything is just smooth and everything like that. Next, we're going to be taking a makeup wipe, just wiping off any excess fallout we may have seen, just because we were working with black eyeshadow and black eyeliner, so fallout may have happened, and that just kind of clears it up. Then with our foundation on, we're going to move on into our brows. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in shade Espresso. This is one of my favorite brow pencils of all times. So we're just going to start by combing out the brows and just brushing the hairs into place, getting out any foundation or anything that we may have put on them. And then I'm just going to fill in any sparse areas. What I really like to do with my brows is just start off at the top, outline them, and then get into any sparse areas within the brow that I feel needs it. And again, this is one of my favorite brow pencils. And then using the Essence Make Me Brow eyebrow gel to set my brows just so that they stay in place all day and the hairs are moving around. Again, this is a super affordable brow gel, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So then once we comb out the brows, we're going to finish up the eyes. And first, we're going to be taking the Smashbox Always Sharp Brown eyeliner and putting that on our waterline, just to give our waterline kind of a more softer look. So just putting that all over the waterline. Again, just to give it a softer look and a softer appearance on the under, just because we did go super intense on the top lids. Next, we're going to be taking the Boxom Black eyeliner and tight lining. I really like to tight line mainly because I feel like my lashes don't get as thick at the root, so I just like to tight line just to make my lashes look a little bit more thick at the root. And then just tight lining and filling out any spaces where we might have missed with the black eyeliner. Then going back into that Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, taking that red shade and on any small brush and putting that on the on the lower lash line just to blend that all out. I really like dark reds, everything like that on my lower lash line. I don't know why. I feel like it looks really, really nice, especially with this look. I did really like how that turned out. Then we're going to go into that brown shade and do the exact same thing that we did with that red shade, and just blending them all together and making it super smoky, just because we do have a smoky eye going on the top lid. So again, making that super smoky and just blending that all out together. Then we're going to do our lashes, so taking the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara, putting a quick coat of mascara on our top lashes before we go in with any falsies. So again, trying to get as close to the root as possible, and then fanning that upwards just so that all of our lashes get a nice coat of mascara. And then once we have our falsies on, we're going to move on into bronzer. So I'm going to be using the Nars Laguna bronzer on my Morphe brush and just bronzing up any parts of the skin that the sun would normally hit. Bronzer is definitely one of my makeup needs. I love bronzer so much. It's just great because it does add some nice color into the skin and kind of brings some life back into your face. So I definitely like to take my time and bronze up the skin just to bring it all together and make it look super nice. So again, getting all those areas that the sun would hit, so like our foreheads and the cheekbones, and just bringing some life and some color into our face. As you can tell, I'm taking my time again with the bronzer just because I love bronzer. It's so great. I like to add it all over the face as well, just whatever excess product I have, just to give my skin that kind of all over bronzy look, just so I have a little bit of color all over my face. Then taking the Too Faced blush in Your Love is King. I wanted to go for a more darker blush, just because the eyes are so intense that if you went with a lighter blush, it may look a little weird. So I went with a darker, more intense blush and just putting that on in a Morphe brush and putting that on the apples of your cheeks just to bring the whole look together. Most of the time I do skip on blush, but I felt this look really needed some color in the cheeks. And then just brushing that on your apples of your cheeks, going however high you want to go. Next up, we're going to move on to highlighting. So first we're going to be taking our Becca liquid highlighter and putting that again on the tops of our cheeks just to give our highlight a bit more, just to get our highlight a bit more intense. So then I like to just put it on the tops of my cheeks and then use my beauty blender to blend it out ever so slightly. Another trick that you can do is you can kind of go a little slightly under the brow bone just to give a little bit of excess highlight. Then taking our Anastasia Glow Kit, we're going to be taking a mixture of those two shades right here. Those are my two favorite shades in that Glow Kit, and just loading up our brush and putting that on anywhere where we had the liquid highlight, just to get our highlight more intense and more vibrant, because again, I felt like with the eyes being so bold, we needed a strong highlight to go with that as well. Again, just highlighting, so again, that's on the tops of the cheekbones. As you can see, it does give a very, very intense highlight. This is definitely one of my favorite combinations to use. So it was on the tops of the cheekbones, and we're going to go a little bit on the nose and on the cupid's bow, just to make sure those areas have a little bit of highlight as well. Then we're going to highlight the brow bone, so I like to take the Wet n Wild contour kit and take that yellow shade and just on any old eyeshadow brush and just run that quickly under the brow bone, just because it gives a nice matte highlight, but it does make your brow bone stand out very nicely. So that's definitely one of my favorites to use to highlight my brow bone. Don't like to use it so much for contouring, but to highlight my brow bone, it's a very nice shade. Then going back into that Anastasia glow kit, taking that first shade and using that to highlight our inner corner on this is a small concealer brush, but I feel like it works great for the inner corner just because it is the perfect size and everything, just to get right into that inner corner and make your eyes pop a bit more. And that brush was only like $3 from Walmart, so that's definitely one of my favorites. Moving on into lips, we're going to be taking the Nudestick Lip and Cheek Pencil in Mystique. This is a really pretty lip pencil. It's basically like the color of my lips, except a little bit darker. So I felt like it did work with this eye look because it was so intense. I wanted to go super nude on the lips, but still having some color in them. So I felt like that was a great choice. So again, we're just going to be lining our lips with that and then filling them in as well. That one has a nice glossy texture and it lasts all day, so it is a very nice formula just because it was very comfortable to wear, but you don't have to worry about it rubbing off or anything like that or feathering out. So that was one of my favorites. Next, we're going to be finishing off with the NYX Matte finishing spray and just finishing our look by giving it a couple sprays so that it does stay all day. And we're good to go. So I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week with another video. Have a great day, guys.